promise I will take this title into WrestleMania. Welcome to the most must-see WWE talk show in history. Welcome to Miz TV.
Hey, this is TBK here. Got another good for you guys today. We'll talk about WWE Raw live show commentary reaction. We're going to go cover Monday Night Raw, go over each segment for tonight's segment, and matches, everything that happened tonight. Afterwards, we'll cover the bonus story. Will Damian cash in tonight or soon? That's the main question. That's the agenda. Now, before we get into Damian, let's start with Monday Night Raw. Very solid episode. So let's see what's going on. We'll cover each segment. Now, this is for Monday Night Raw for January 22nd. That's what it's for tonight. Let's see what happened, everything tonight. This is also the last Raw into Royal Rumble. The last Raw, we got Royal Rumble coming up this Saturday. So it's going to be a good one, something to check out. So let's see what's going on. So let's get into it. Also, I'm on Rumble. So thank you all for checking me on Rumble and YouTube. But let's see what's going on. We'll go over each segment. Now, we had Seth Rollins kick off Monday Night Raw tonight. And he came out, as we all know, he had the injury. So we have him kicking off Monday Night Raw. He came out in a knee brace. So he came out to the knee brace, sunglasses on, tears and everything. He said everyone was cheering him for his music and everything else. So they was happy. He said they appreciate you guys for that. Thank you and everything else. Now, Seth Rollins was saying he don't know what's going to happen next. You know, he basically is addressing his future. We all know the injury he sustained last week during his match against Jinder Mahal. During his match, you know, in the main event, which was last week here, he defended his World Heavyweight Championship. He retained, but during the process, when he did retain his championship, he, tweaked his knee. And you could tell by the look in here, he looked upset when he retained his title. I talked about that. I discussed it, that he may have an injury. Heard about the torn MCL and meniscus, which he did state he had a torn meniscus and also torn MCL. And he also said, during tonight that he may be out with surgery 3 to 4 months. Now, we all was saying, everyone saying on social media, all the outlets saying that he may have to relinquish that World Heavyweight Championship. But I never heard the words come out his mouth. Seth is not vacating the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, as you guys can see in the beginning clip, he said that he's going to fight his damnedest, fight his hardest, forget what the doctors say, defy the doctor's orders, defy all odds. He's going to walk into WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia as World Heavyweight Champion, despite his injury, despite that he should not compete. He's going to keep his world title, and he's going to compete till WrestleMania. He'll walk in champ, walk out champ. Now, my question, Seth is not going to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship. What? Why? You're not I mean, isn't that the whole basis of Seth Rollins is to defend the World Heavyweight Championship, be a fighting champion at any given cost? He said that before the tournament started last May, and he said that after he won a title and he bragged about it. I mean, that was pretty much most of his promos during his title run thus far. You're gonna be a fighting champion. Well, if you're not a fighting champion, you are injured and it requires surgery in your case. Wouldn't it be the best thing to do for you to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship? I mean, being kind of selfish there. I know the Seth Rollins fans gonna say, well, Roman Reigns, he never defends it. He only defended 11 times last year. He ain't had a match since Crown Jewel. That's last time he defended against LA Knight. Roman Reigns is part-time, and he held the belt for 3 years. Seth Rollins hasn't. Now, he defended a lot. I give Seth Rollins that. Way more than Roman in the past year. But you're not a part-time guy like Roman is. You're full-time. And then you really boasted on the whole, you're going to be a fighting champion. That's kind of contradict yourself, Steph. Why is he not vacating his world title? Seth needs to vacate this belt. He doesn't need to still be world heavyweight champion. I think the best thing for business is to vacate it. Why is WWE allowing him to hold on to the belt from now all the way to WrestleMania in April? That's 3 months from now. We already have one champion that does not defend his belt. He's part-time. That's Roman. We're going to have 2 world champions that don't defend their belt from now all the way to WrestleMania? I don't think that's fair at all. I don't think that's fair. I think Seth should put that belt up. That title should be relinquished. He should not be keeping that belt. You're injured. I could bet it's either an angle going on similar to Adam Cole AEW, or Seth was the crybaby that he is, and he wants to say he don't want to give it up because he went through it last time in 2015 when he was the WWE champion. But in that case, this injury was much worse. It was a torn MCL, ACL. He was out for like, what, six months? Maybe longer? So I don't think that's fair. He needs to vacate this belt. That's the best thing for him to do. That's the best thing for business for him to do. Vacate that championship. Why still hold on to this belt? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. He needs to give up this belt. What are you trying to prove here? What are you trying to prove? That you're just going to hold all the way to WrestleMania? That's being kind of selfish, Seth. A real champion is going to vacate it, whether he doesn't want to or not. Look at the history. When Batista was world champion, didn't he vacate the belt in 2006? When John Cena got hurt with the torn pec, didn't he vacate in 2007? I mean, a great champion, Seth Rollins, that's what you claim to be. You got to vacate that title. You're being totally not fair with that. You got to vacate that World Heavyweight Championship, whether you want to or not. Or maybe they're going to announce it. Maybe it's not televised. Maybe they just announced on media. Maybe Seth was too emotional, too heartbroken to announce it on TV. I don't know, but he should not be holding that championship to the end. There's no way. Maybe they didn't want to give it away because it was so obvious that he will. But I don't know what the case may be, but he needs to give up that belt. You can't defend the belt. You can't defend it. How are you a fight champion? You can't fight right now. At least not all the way to WrestleMania. How fair is that? That's selfish right there. Unless they're going to announce it late tonight, tomorrow, or early tomorrow, or somewhere on social media that has been vacated quietly, it don't make sense. I don't get that at all. That belt should be vacated. Vacated. Now, a question I'll have to ask the audience. Live chat and comment section on playback. Seth needs to vacate title. True or false? Does he need to vacate this belt? And if you ask me, I think he should. Because I've seen many champions before him, better champions than him. They vacated the belt when they could not defend the belt anymore. It's been going on since the beginning of time. Why does he get to hold on to the belt? I don't want to hear about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns ain't hurt. Seth needs to vacate that belt. I do not agree with this decision if that's what they decide to do. I think Seth should vacate that championship and leave it up for what WWE is going to do with it, which more likely will put, instead of the championship opportunity at WrestleMania, up for grabs whoever wins the Rumble, put the title up. We done it in 92. 16, the title was up for grabs. It just wasn't a vacated title. It still was in the Rumble. Triple H won that one. Ric Flair won 92. What's the difference here? He needs to vacate that belt. That's not fair. He's not being the champion that he claimed he is. He's being a whiny champion. This is a real champion would now hog that belt, knowing you can't defend it every week or whenever you could defend it. I mean, we're not going to. Roman's defending his belt Royal Rumble. Seth's not defending his. Seth's not going to defend that Elimination Chamber. We know Roman is more likely not because he's not going to be there. So we're not going to have not one champion not going to be Elimination Chamber, 2 world champions not going to be there. Great. You think the fans, we like that as a result of that? No, we don't. That's not fair at all. So I'm going to definitely look into this to see what WWE is going to do with the whole Seth Rollins title run. Maybe there's some more to the story. Maybe there's a little twist. But I do not like this. If that's what they're going to run with, I do not like the fact that he's not going to defend the title because he hurt. We don't like, none of the fans like that, but you're going to keep the belt and not vacate it? What kind of garbage is that? Meanwhile, after he stated that, while I'm going over that, however, we did get a future feud. We got Gunther versus Seth. Gunther came out, he interrupted Seth doing his promo. He said that, Seth, we've been now crossing each other's paths. Gunther vows to win the Royal Rumble. He was the runner-up last year to Cody Rhodes, being there for over an hour and 11 minutes, they said on Raw, which is a record for the men's. He broke Rey Mysterio 2006 record, who was the winner of that Rumble. And he said that he's going to win, and he said if he does win, he's going to challenge Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. Even though he's wearing the damn knee brace right there, and he's in no shape or form to even hold a title. Barely walked to the ring. But we're going to get a future Seth Rollins versus Gunther feud. I think that's going to be a great feud coming in. I think that'll be great between Seth and Gunther. Only when Seth gets healthy, obviously, not right now at the given moment, considering his situation with his health. Even though he's holding on to a belt he should not have, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago. But Gunther made some good points. Now, my question is, if Gunther, let's say he does win the Royal Rumble. Let's say he wins. He challenged Seth like he said. He's not going to hold on to the Intercontinental Championship much longer. I'm still waiting now. Who's going to defeat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion? Who's going to defeat him? Who's going to beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship? Not World Title. I'm sorry, Intercontinental Championship. Who's going to defeat for the IC belt? If he wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship, who's going to defend? Who's going to defeat him? Who will be the one guy to defeat Gunther to end his historical 500-plus day reign? I think he's going close to 600 now. But this will be a good feud between him and Gunther. Seth and Gunther will be a good feud. I do not see it happening considering Seth's injury, as we all know. This could seem like this could be ready for a SummerSlam-ish, Money in the Bank-ish type of thing. Possibly. possibly. So I do like where this is going. I would love to see this feud in the future. I don't see in the cards right now. Remember, Seth Rollins still got a score to settle with CM Punk, you know, and then I know it's injury. We don't know what's going on. And I don't want to see Gunther, as much as I like Gunther, great talent, one of the best on the roster. I don't want to see him win the Royal Rumble this year, just like I didn't want to see him win it last year. It's not his time yet. Maybe next year, the year after, possibly, but not right now. It don't even make sense for him to win right now. He's still an Intercontinental Champion, unless he's about to lose that belt, like I said a couple seconds ago. But anyway, this will be a good feud. You know, they both workhorses. They're both champions of Raw. Seth being a workhorse for World Heavyweight title, Gunther being a workhorse for the IC title. Now I know he took a couple weeks off due to the birth of his son, but he's been defending the belt. He's been in great feuds. He's been against Chad Gable. He's been against Ricochet. He had a match against Big Bronson Reed and others. I heard that Jey Uso may be the next challenger for the Intercontinental Championship, and I know he has a match next week against Kofi Kingston, which I'll get into in a second. But Gunther versus Seth feud in the future, I'm in. I'm in on that feud. I'm definitely in on that one. Now that's a good feud I see happening. Now this was I know after this we had New Day come attack his boys Imperium, which is Giovanni and Ludwig, and that led to this segment later on that we saw that night. We saw New Day versus Imperium, and it seemed like it's going to be the feud is going to get hot. These guys had a good feud going on. It's been definitely heating up. And they were fighting outside the ring and ended disqualification. And Imperium, New Day was up on top, and it seemed like New Day was going toe to toe. These guys, they got them out there, took them down, and then they had a backstage segment. And I know next week, like I said a couple minutes ago, Kofi Kingston, he said that they have goals. Not only Jey Uso had goals, win the title, so do New Day. We're not 12-time tag team champions for nothing. We get down when we have to. If it comes down to, we'll do it. We're the New Day. And then Kofi put out the challenge. He's challenging Gunther for his Intercontinental Championship next week on Monday Night Raw. And it will be the Monday Night Raw after the Rumble, which is this upcoming Saturday. So this is going to be good. I like where this feud is going between New Day and Imperium. These boys is really putting it out. Giovanni's been doing his thing. While Gunther was out, Giovanni was out. He was doing his thing on his own. And I see, like the New Days, they've been doing their thing. So this is a good tag team feud between these guys. Very, very good feud. I would like to see where it goes, but definitely a good feud. I definitely like where this feud is going between New Day and Imperium. It's some history building there. A lot of frustration, a lot of anxiety. First, it all started with Kofi, botched on day one on Giovanni, took him out. Then Ludwig retaliated. He took out Kofi. Then Xavier retaliated. He had a brawl with Ludwig last week on Monday Night Raw. And now we're here at this point. So this is a good feud going in. I can't wait to see where it's going. This is definitely something that's going to be great. I like to see where this goes. So definitely good. Definitely good between these guys. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think of that. I think that's good. And also in the live chat, let me know what you think of that. But meanwhile, after this, we had to another segment of the show. We're backstage. We got Rhea Ripley talking Damian. Damian, got to a real. You got Finn Balor smile, look like a goofball. And of course, JD and Dominik are sitting ducks. But we got Damian Priest, he got a beef with McIntyre with Smash later on tonight. And then he's telling Rhea, you ain't been focused. You're too busy doing 2K game covers. Oh man. It seemed like Damian Priest and Mommy are sick of each other. And Rhea Ripley said you need to focus. But you definitely see the tension be going on between Damian and Rhea Ripley. And we just, in a matter of time, we see a Judgment Day split coming up very, very soon. I definitely see that happening. I don't know what's going to happen, how that's going to happen. Maybe some with the briefcase or not. But Rhea, I will say this, despite all the animosity with Judgment Day, all the disagreements, I know that Finn and Dame still got their tag team belts, but as the Women's World Champion, she's been doing her thing. No distractions. It doesn't even look like she's being challenged enough for her Women's World Championship. She has been doing her thing. I have to give that to Rhea. Definitely doing her thing. And Damian seems like he wants to do his own thing, and he doesn't want to have to answer to Rhea or anything else. So I think he's gonna break away from them. It all depends on how does that Money in the Bank contract story being told. As I said before, I will discuss that later on in this stream. But right now, I definitely see a split come between the Judgment Day. They're not like they were. Chemistry's off. They're not a unit like they used to be. Everyone was doing their thing. You got Damian want to do his own thing. Rhea wants to go in this direction. You got Finn like a goofball, and Rhea checked him saying, "Well, you gonna start being serious? I need that old Finn Balor." And she told Finn Balor he needs to be ringside with JD along, with Dominik in his match, with their match later on, and she wants Damian to focus. So I just don't see this group being together much longer. At least I don't see that. I don't see it happening at all. It's just not going to happen. Speaking of Judgment Day, another segment that did happen was R-Truth and Damian. R-Truth's running with the whole I got money from the t-shirt, making fun of Allah, the Hefner brothers, who were fighting WWE in 2005, following them selling WWE branded merchandise outside of WWE, which is illegal. They made money off of it. WWE somehow found out. They terminated the brothers. They went to TNA for a minute. I know Dave Hefner passed away last year. Hugh Hefner, he's still around. I think he just retired. He did make a run in TNA for a while, and he also refereed in the early days of AEW. But this is what they keep making fun of. But anyway, you could tell that R-Truth is making Dave Priest laugh, similar to how Sami Zayn made Jey Uso and the guys laughing Bloodline. He goes off script. He's turning his head right here. It's funny what Damian is laughing. The truth is pure comedy. He's funny. Keeps saying Tom and Nick Mysterio, which rhymes with Dominik Mysterio. So it's good we have a comic relief on Raw, and that is R-Truth as always. He's always known for this and this now and the little Jimmy thing. So this is funny. But Damian Priest say no, Truth go away. Then he called out Drew McIntyre for their future match, which is the main event. He said that he's going to get punishment. And that was the end of that segment. Meanwhile, after this segment, we have Becky, Nia Jax, and Bayley all in the same ring. Nia Jax come out saying the same old garbage. She say, I squashed this person, I squashed that person, I squashed this person, yada, yada, yada. Becky comes out saying, you did beat me, which was funny. Becky saying, she said that, that's something else you can brag on for the next 5 years. And then she said, one thing I can say, Becky, listen, it was funny. She said, Nia Jax, no women in the locker room like you. And they said too that you're the injured half of them. I thought that was funny. She took a shot at Nia Jax, always botching everything back in the past. So that was good. It's always good segments and promos between Nia Jax and Becky. So I know they're gonna have another match there, setting that up. Then we get Bayley come from SmackDown. She's saying she's gonna win the Rumble, just like as every other woman said they're gonna win the Rumble. Everybody wants to win. She says she's gonna challenge Rhea, and she'll go through both Bayley. I'm sorry, she's Bayley. Bayley will go through Becky and Nia, and then they had a little brawl out. Bayley attacked Becky. Becky attacked Bayley. Then Nia attacked both of them. She threw Becky out the ring, hence the Royal Rumble coming up. And then she did the leg drop on Bayley, as she called it, squashing her. But it was a good segment, and I'm good that all women, they are making this very unpredictable. We don't know who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, just as well as we don't know who's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble. This is a star-studded Royal Rumble event coming this Saturday. We just don't know who's going to win. So I think this is interesting to see what's going on between Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Nia. Very, very interesting. I can't wait to see where this is going to go. Bayley, she has goals to damage control, saying the women, Kabuki Warriors can win back the tag team belts, EOS, the WWE Women's Champion, and Bayley's going to win the Rumble and challenge Rhea for her belt. Well, I would like to see where this goes. Becky Lynch, I don't think is going to win. She already has a Royal Rumble under her name. I don't see her winning twice, not this year at least. Nia, possibility. Bayley, possibility. All chances look good. I can't even front. Looks good. These women are contenders. Let's not count out Bianca and possibly the debut of Jade Cargill. We got Hall of Famers going to show up probably, and probably other surprise entrants that we have for Royal Rumble. That's what Royal Rumble is all about: surprise entries and unexpected debuts. Don't believe me? Ask AJ Styles, who debuted in 2016. So that's what we're going to have. So this was a good segment. I like this segment. Like I said, all women have the claim that they want to win. And I think, like I said, Women's Royal Rumble last year was very, very interesting, with Rhea Ripley winning at number 1, the longest time ever for the Women's Royal Rumble. And she won a WrestleMania challenge Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship, Women's World Championship, which she currently holds. It's crazy she's been holding that belt for almost a year. But meanwhile, that's the end of that segment. Next segment, we go to one of the good best segments of the night, as well as this one. And Seth kicking off Raw. We got Cody and CM Punk. Now, this was a great segment between Cody and CM Punk. These guys played off the history that they've known each other for years. I like how CM Punk said that before he met Cody, before he knew of him, that his dad, the American Dream, the late wrestler Dusty Rhodes, said, hey, OVW, my kid gonna start wrestling, gonna start his career, can't keep an eye on my son, which is Cody. And CM Punk said, if you get a favor from the Dream, you don't turn it down, you do it. So he kept an eye on Cody. They both played out how they became friends over the years. Cody said to CM Punk they had to look out for him, but he did. And they developed a friendship. I remember too, not only Cody and CM Punk being in WWE in the past, they also was at AEW around the same time. Cody was there during his inception in 2019, up until when he left in 2022. Then CM Punk arrived in 2021 at AEW. So these guys have been acquired as it kept. Cody was one that helped get CM Punk on good graces with WWE to come back. He's the low-key recruiter for WWE. Are these guys Punk over here and Jade Cargill? But meanwhile, they both went off the things, and CM Punk went off Cody saying, well, I wasn't born in this business like you, Cody. He said my dad was an electrician, the whole thing. Cody, dad was a son of a plumber. He said, I'm more American dream than you are. And then Cody said, I finished what I do. I don't just walk and left. He said, CM Punk, you left the bitch, you left. Then he said, you know what? I'm more CM Punk than you are. Then we get the face-to-face that they got right now, as you see on the screen. And they both said that their number one goal is to win the Royal Rumble, whether Cody finishes the story or CM Punk gets his main event spot they always wanted at WrestleMania. And they both are willing to go through each other. One thing CM Punk said was good. There are no friends in the. I'm sorry, Cody has said it. There's no friends in the Royal Rumble. Anything goes. You have to win to get a WrestleMania main event spot and challenge for the champion that you choose. That's just how it goes. CM Punk and Cody could very well eliminate 20 superstars, then they come down to those two. Who knows? It could come down to that. But this was a good segment between Cody and CM Punk. I could definitely see a future feud between Cody and Punk. Future feud in the works. But this was a good segment, though. Very, very good segment between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I like the exchange back and forth. They both had good points, great arguments, and Cody shoulder bump Punk pulled him back, stared at each other, and they both went out the opposite sides of the ring. Cody went through the main way, and CM Punk went through the back. So we're going to see a future feud between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes somewhere down the line. We're going to see that. Meanwhile, that was, like I said, segment of the night. I like that segment. We have a little segment here. Hulkamania 40-year anniversary. We have that. We have that coming up. We have that. They did a little promo on that of Hulkamania. So we have Hulk Hogan. He did a promo. We talk about how everyone has a little Hulkamania. Reminds him of him. He mentioned Becky, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody, Punk. He mentioned a lot of people. So this is the 40-year of Hulkamania. He said even after he's gone, it's also Hulkamania lives forever. Respectfully, that's true. But Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania kicked off wrestling. He put it mainstream, got it where it's at. The most popular superstar of his generation and the first real popular superstar. I don't want to hear about no Hulkamania. That's past history. Roman Reigns is set to break the record of 1,474 days in September. There's no more Hulkamania. It's done. I don't want to hear this anymore. So in words, I don't give a damn about the Hulkamania. Respect for what you done, but let it go, Hulk. You done. You passed your prime. It's a wrap. Get out of here with that. Go on somewhere. Like I said, I respect what he's done in the industry, but that's it. Hulkamania 40 years. That's it. Done. Sayonara. Next. And next, we're going to have the main event. In the main event, we have Drew versus Damian. The main event for tonight. So, one-on-one match. These guys have animosity for weeks. Damian, he's mad at Drew trying to cost him his contract, cash-in attempt. Drew just tired of Damian. They both basically been throwing each other's side. Even when they was teaming up for the Survivor Series War Games, they was not seeing eye to eye. It was tension there, and that was back in November. But yeah, so we had the match here. It was the main event, and it was, like I said, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. As we see here, R-Truth gets involved in the match, which does not surprise me. He's been a pretty much tagging on with Damian this whole time, and Damian's getting tired of it. He comes out during a match. Damian said, "We doing here?" He pushed Truth at first outside of the ring. Then he threw him out the ring, and it caused a distraction. Damian actually had Drew beat. He hit him with the South of Heaven, and R-Truth is with the referee. Then he distracted the referee, potentially cost him the match. Now, while this is going on, Drew McIntyre sneaks up. He hits the Claymore, and it's a 1, 2, 3. Damian loses to Drew. That is the main event. Damian loses to Drew, and we can all thank R-Truth for that. It was a distraction, and I know that Damian Priest is hot about this. He causing distraction, causing him to lose. So that's crazy. It's an L there, and it just stinks though. Definitely stinks. But it was okay main event. I mean, two big men. I know it's hard to pull off. Damian Priest also did a suplex through the outside table. You know, it didn't break. He put Drew out there. They reversed each other's moves. Like I said, solid match. You know, but this was the main event: Drew versus Damian. And I'm trying to see what's going to go forward with Damian and Drew. I know Drew still had not yet signed the contract with WWE, and he will be a free agent at WrestleMania 40. And Damian Priest still got that contract, which I will go into in a second. We'll get to that point. So, with that being said, Monday Night Raw tonight. What is my review on this whole thing? Let's see. What do I think? I think tonight's episode, final rating 4 out of 5. Raw was solid. I'm just not happy with the whole where Seth Rollins going keeping the belt, you know. But it's a final rating, like I said, last Raw to Royal Rumble. But the final rating Raw was 4 to 5. I liked all the segments. I like the storytelling. We're gonna have future feud with Cody and CM Punk in the future. Also, we got a future feud of Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Also, we got the New Day and Imperium. They are tearing it up. That feud's starting to get hot. You know, and then we have Gunther defend his IC title against Kofi Kingston next week on Raw. There was a tag team match of the women's. It was Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeated. They won tonight. They're going to face off against Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. As they're going to, Kaden Carter and Katana are going to defend their belts on SmackDown. So, still a lot of good stories being told. A lot of future feuds coming up. Of course, we had the women, Becky, Nia, and Bayley, all want to win the Royal Rumble. Rhea Ripley, I'm dying to see who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble just as much as the men's. I'm very anticipated on that. Good way to send us home for Royal Rumble. I just not feel on Seth Rollins keeping the belt. Maybe, like I said, maybe something will be announced on social media. Something will happen at the Royal Rumble event. They're saving it for that because they know what's on to them. You know, maybe something will happen. But he does not need to keep that belt. It's going to be out for 3 to 4 months following surgery, you know, for the torn meniscus and MCL. But other than that, like I said, the grading of Raw was good, 4 out of 5. A great show tonight. Kept me in my seat. You know, kept me glued into the promos, everything. I like the promo with Cody and CM Punk. That segment of the night. The match tonight, I actually liked it with Chad Gable versus Ivar. That was a very good match. I like that match as well. Like I said, good matches tonight. Good feuds being built up, and good setups for the Royal Rumble. Great, like I said, great show leading to Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble is Saturday. I will do a live stream after. If not after Royal Rumble, I will do a stream following Sunday morning. But I'll definitely cover the Royal Rumble. I'm going to make a predictions video, you know, for you guys out there. Tune into that. We'll do a predictions who I think going to win the Rumbles, the matches, because we got the, you know, Roman defenders in the 4-way. We got the men's 30-man Royal Rumble, the women's 30-women Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul for the U.S. belt. You know, we got other matches going on. So it's going to be very, very one of the best Royal Rumble starts that ever. They've said that tonight on Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be definitely something to check out. Definitely something to check out. And with that being said, that is the end of WWE Raw Live Show commentary reaction. This is the commentary reaction for Monday Night Raw for January 22nd, going over segments and matches, covering everything. Now we're going to switch gears. So let's get ready. The bonus of the stream is coming up, and it will be about Mr. Damian Priest, as I spoke on him a little bit tonight. We'll definitely touch on him now. And it's basically, will he ever cash in? This is Wrestling Week News Day and Night. Money in the Bank cash in soon or never? That's the question. And I have my analysts on that of the whole Damian Priest, what's been going on with him since he won his contract. So that's what I want to know. And with that being said, let's begin on that. Let's start. See what's going to happen with Mr. Damian Priest and what does he need to do next. So let's see. Where should I begin? When is Damian going to cash in briefcase? Now, Damian Priest, who's been in WWE for a while, starting NXT. He won his contract. He won it at last July, Money in the Bank, July 1st, 2023. He's still holding on to it now. Now, the thing about it is he has not done nothing significant with this briefcase. At least I don't think so. I haven't seen him been in any big feuds. All he done is tease that he's going to cash in, and nothing ever happens. So we got to see what's going on with him when he won his contract. Let's see what's next with that. I mean, because he hasn't done anything. And like I said, it's not just the contract that's the issue with Damian for me. It's also other issues as well. I mean, the contract expires in 6 months. Because he already had it since, like I said, since last July. July will be here before you know it. The time is ticking, Damian. You got to cash that contract before it expires. So he has to do something. Because he can, if they swing it, if he does not cash in, he could be the first Money in the Bank contract holder. I said this before. He could be the first Money in the Bank contract holder in the history, men's, women's, it don't matter, that the contract actually expires on him and he cannot cash in. It'll be, if he tries to, it'll be null and void. Now that could get him over in the right way, or it could bury him, and that's the rest of that. I mean, he's the first person called senior Money in the Bank, but time is ticking. Half of the term of this contract is already gone. You only have 6 months left to cash it in. Honestly, you probably got less than 6 because January 1st has passed. So you're probably on 5.5. But to each his own, 6 months, because it was still in July. But Damian does not have much time left. He needs to cash it in. So I'm telling you right now, it's now or never. Now, he could have cashed in tonight following Seth news, since Seth was planning on, especially since Seth don't plan on relinquishing the belt. And he's going to keep it till WrestleMania. He could have cashed in tonight. He did the backstage segment. He could have begin the show or later in the show. Something. You still hold on to this contract. You know, what are you doing with this contract? I think that they're going to eventually. They have dropped the ball with Damian with this contract. They dropped the ball with him. And I think there's nowhere else to go. They're pretty much backed into a corner. And I don't mean Damian himself only. I mean creative, booking-wise. What has he done with this contract? Really, what has he done? What has he done? Because his contract has not helped Damian since he won it. Because he's not been built as a contender. I don't see him as a contender for the World Heavyweight Championship nor the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And I like Damian as a talent, great talent. But I don't see him built as a proper contender for this belt. And that's what that contract should be doing before you cash it in. It's supposed to build you up, get you into going from a mid-carder or undercard to the main event to becoming a world champion, a future world champion. It did it for Edge. It did it for Seth Rollins. It did it for Daniel Bryan. It did it for many others that was winning this contract. It needs to build you up properly, and I don't think Damian's been built as a contender. He has not done that at all. WWE has not done nothing with him as far as making him a contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. What has he done with this briefcase? What significant feuds has he been in? What spectacular matches has he been in? He hasn't done anything. That's the problem. Damian's not done nothing to become saying, hey, Damian's doing a great job with the briefcase. I see him as a future world champion based off this feud or that feud or this particular match or that particular match at this Raw or this PLE. One thing I seen him do that was solid, he had a good match against Seth Rollins a few months on Raw for Seth World Heavyweight Championship, which he was unsuccessful in winning. Now, he had a good match there, and it showed signs of a face turn. But he hasn't done anything with this contract. No type of proper build-up. And like I said, I hold WWE creative and booking accountable just as much as Damian. There's only so much Damian Priest can do as an individual. You know, I'm pretty sure he voices opinions on certain things, but booking is the one booking this man to look strong or look weak or look like nothing for that matter. But he's not been built as a proper contender. I just don't see it. I don't see it with Damian. He has not been built. I was actually kind of I consider him the wild card when he won the contract back in July, Money in the Bank. He was pretty much the wild card to me because we all thought they were saying it was Logan Paul, and some people saying it could have been other people. You know, that was the big thing. Logan Paul was going to win, which I knew was going to happen. Vince and Triple H had a big back and forth of who was going to win. LA Knight is what Triple H wanted, and Vince McMahon wanted Logan Paul. And it turns out neither one of those two guys won. It was Damian Priest. And since he was the wild card that won, at least in my eyes, he should have did something with this contract. As far as booking, he should have been booked better as a contender for the World Heavyweight Champion. Like I said, I like Damian. He is a great talent, good big man. But he needs, if he's going to be a future world champion, he needs to be built properly and have at least a slow build to build him up. I haven't seen that either. No slow build, no good build, no nothing. I mean, he's too busy being a tag team champion. If anything, that's the only thing. You haven't done much with that. It's just my fear with Damian Priest here that if he does not cash successful, he'll be another Baron Corbin. That's my fear with him. That's where he's headed. That's where it's going. He will be another Baron Corbin. If you guys remember, Baron Corbin, back in the day, he was a SmackDown superstar. He held on to the Money Bank contract back in 2017, 7 years ago. And, you know, we thought he was going to be a future world champion. He was cashing on Jinder Mahal, the WWE champion at the time. And he got distracted by John Cena. Jinder rolled him up on SmackDown. That was it. That's all she wrote. Jinder Mahal retained his title, and Baron Corbin has done nothing since then. He's now in NXT, but this is Baron Corbin when he won. That's when he was made a contract winner. He was the lone wolf, had the long hair, and he was poised to be a future world champion, and he had a bright future ahead of him. But like I said, after unsuccessfully cashing in and nothing happened with Baron Corbin. They did so many characters with him. We done had Happy Corbin, Sad Corbin, Angry Corbin, Crybaby Corbin, Looking Crazy Corbin, whatever you want to call them, stupid character names. They put him with JBL as the modern day wrestling god, and that went nowhere. And now he's back on NXT. That's what he's doing today. He shaved his head. He's not none of those characters anymore. Going to call himself the Lone Wolf. And he's doing okay on NXT. He's doing solid over there. I would like to see for him to win the NXT championship, a championship he's never won. But that's where Damian Priest's future is going to be headed if he does not cash in this contract successfully. It's going to be another Baron Corbin. Whether people want to accept it or not, whether people want to believe it or not. That's why I say it's now or never for him. Damian Priest going to either sink or swim. This contract is going to make him sink or swim. He could swim and let his career flourish, or his career is going to sink like Baron Corbin's did. So he needs to do something with his contract. Definitely. I just don't, like I said, there's nothing that's been built properly to make Damian seem like a legit threat to any world championship. Romans or Seth world titles. I don't see him as that guy. And we've seen this many times. I mean, another guy that went through this was Austin Theory last year. He went through this. Nothing happened. Well, 2 years ago, I should say. But nothing's happened with Austin Theory. He's pretty much been a dark cloud. He's been lost in the shovel since he did not cash it successfully. So, we don't want that with Damian Priest. I would not like for Damian Priest to go down this rabbit hole if he does not cash in and he's unsuccessful at it. It wouldn't be a good look for him. And it seems like that's where he's going with it, unfortunately. But I would like to see Damian do more. He could at least had one good feud. The feud he's doing with Drew, he should have been had that feud going on with him. And have him get over on Drew McIntyre so he can be seen as a legit contender. Because Drew's a former world champion. If he had had a feud with Drew and defeated Drew in the feud, it would have made him look like a legit contender for the world title. Or against Cody Rhodes, somebody that's a potential championship contender or former world champion, and he would have taken more serious as a Money Bank contract holder. I have not seen that since then. Not at all. The problem, I think, one of the reasons I should say why Damian Priest has not been taken seriously as a Money in the Bank contract holder, and why he's not been executing, by booking style, because he is too busy. Like I said a couple minutes ago, I'm going to say it again. He's not built as a contender because he's too busy being a tag team champion. That's the problem. He's a tag team champion, still tag team champion, but why? Why is Damian still a tag team champion? He cannot build for the Money Bank contract and become a future world champion if he's still holding on not just tag team titles, but unified tag team titles at that. And it does not make sense. Damian is slowly steering away from Judgment Day. Judgment Day is steering away from him. They could have lost these belts already. You already lost once against Jay and Cody Rhodes. Should have lost them again. We get it. You want a tag team belts with Finn. You guys are not even a legit tag team. You guys are stable. So I don't know why he's still tag team champion. He needs to focus on the contract. I mean, seriously, Damian Finn, as much as I like him in the stable, Judgment Day, they haven't done nothing with the tag belts. What great feud or what great matches have they done since winning these tag belts? First reign or second reign, it don't even matter what you choose. They haven't done anything with these belts since they won them back from Jay and Cody. They haven't done none of these belts. it's not making them look good at all. Not one bit. I don't see it. I don't see what's the purpose of having them belts. I don't see the whole purpose of this. He should not be a tag team champion anymore. Now, it was good he had the tag team belts. You know, if he was not the senior Money in the Bank contract holder, but it don't make sense now. You don't need to win these belts anymore. He already, it don't make sense. They already had them once. They got them again. They barely defend these belts at that. They barely defend these belts. It does not make sense. Why are these guys still the tag team belts? And why are we on the subject of tag team belts? Why are they still tag team belts? And I touched on this, just touched on this a few minutes ago. They need to split up these tag team belts like yesterday. They should have been split these belts up. Why do they still have them? We got, we don't need unified tag team belts anymore. WWE has shown us in history when you unify these tag team belts, as we saw back in 08, 09, when the Colons, Primo Epico, I believe, whoever, when they held it, when you unify the tag team belts, it's good at first and then it gets stale. They're not meant to be unified forever. If you're going to unify the belts, how about make it a brand new one belt? If you notice, out of all the championships in WWE, we have the new world title. We have Roman. He got his brand new title. We have Rhea got her brand new title. Io Sky got her brand new title. We even unified the women's NXT championships and and unified them with the WWE women's tag team belts. You know, we got brand new designs of the United States and Intercontinental Championships. This is the only belt in the whole company that they have not rebranded since the reintroduction of the brand split back in 2016. So these been blue and red belts all this time. You unify them. How about either split them back up, put Raw on Raw, SmackDown on SmackDown, or make that just one belt like you done with the other belts? Why is WWE has not done nothing design wise or with these unified belts? Why are they still unified after all this time? They were unified almost 2 years ago by the Usos when they defeated the team of Rated RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle. So they've been unified for almost 2 years. May it's going to be 2 years, which is a few months. Year and a half, they already been unified. Do they still need to be unified at this point, or they need to split them up? These belts should have been there. It should have been split up already. It does not make sense why we still have two sets of tag team belts. Because let's be honest here, we don't need them. We need to split them up and put them on separate rosters. In case people forgot, we do have two branded shows, not just Raw, but SmackDown too. That's why the belts colors are color coded. Red for Raw, blue for SmackDown. It's simple math. WWE do have many tag teams that have one of these belts that can be split up. It's not the only tag team. We have Street Profits. We have Alpha Academy. We have AOP that just came back. We have the Imperium, which is Giovanni and Kaiser. We have the New Day. I named off about 4 or 5 tag teams. Why do we only have still 2 sets of belts and they should not be unified anymore? It does not make any kind of sense to me. It just doesn't. And I think the point I'm making is that because Damian is involved in this tag team with Finn Balor and holding this championship in his second run for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, this is deterring him to focus on the Money in the Bank contract that he calls Senior Money in the Bank. and he cannot have a proper build to be the Money in the Bank contract holder and become a future world champion. So that's the whole thing. It just don't make sense. It's just a tear from it. It's stopping Damian for what he needs to do. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, this plays a big role. These tag team belts play a huge role in why Damian cannot focus on his Money in the Bank contract, why he should be built as a future world champion. Because he's too busy walking around with these two belts that should have been ununified a long time ago. They should have been split up, or at least unified to one belt, and only have one set of tag team belts around the whole WWE, like you did for the women's with the NXT and women's tag team belts. Why are you still holding on to these belts? And I thought at this point they would have did something with these tag team belts, but I see they haven't. But I believe these belts, this whole tag team, he's not even a real tag team. Like I said, he's in a stable. Stable and tag teams are two different things. Just because you're in a stable don't mean you're going to be a great tag team. New Day, they're an exception to the rule. They are stable, but they're a great, successful tag team. I don't see that with Damian and Finn. You're on the stable, popular stable at that, but it's not a great tag team. You're okay. You're all right. You're not the New Day level. You're not the Usos level. No. And I think, like I said, the contract, it's like we forget he holds that contract because he has those tag team belts. Honestly, if it weren't for Damian teasing so many times of he gonna cash in, but he don't, he gonna cash in, but he don't, or he get distracted, whatever the case may be, if it weren't for the teasing so much, we forgot that he had the contract. He is in the tag team. I mean, him and Finn even defend the belts tonight. They even act like a tag team. It's like Damian was on his own tonight. He's beef with Judgment Day. Soon going to have a split. So this don't make any sense to me. It don't. It don't make any sense. Bob, if I said your name right, Baggy Man Guru, salute to you. Thanks for coming out. But yeah, it just don't make no sense to me why Damian is still holding on to these belts. Damian should have been dropped these belts. Now I think the last person I saw with the Money in the Bank contract holder, it was a tag team belt, was The Miz back in 2010. He held the tag team belts, United States belt, and the contract. And let's be honest, all due respect to The Miz, he did have a great WWE championship run. He was outshadowed by The Rock, but that started to deter him too. I remember that with The Miz. That started to tear him because he's holding too many championships. He was United States champ and tag team belt, a unified tag team belt similar to Damian's doing right now. So I don't get this at all. He does not need to hold on to this belt anymore. Get these tag team belts off of Damian and Finn. I mean, let them get in an argument and Damian just walks out during the championship match and they lose them. Something. I just think it's a waste of Damian's creative storyline. And he should be focused more on the Money in the Bank contract. And I think that's why his Money in the Bank contract, run holding the contract has been a failure because he's not even focused on that. And then when you tease it, it's so obvious that you're teasing it, and you end up not cashing in. So like I said, Damian, now or never you cash this bad boy in, or you're not going to cash in at all. It's not going to happen. I don't see it happening at all. Not one bit. I just don't. So Damian needs to get it together. Hopefully he does. And he should be good. But like I said, with all that being said, I just don't see Damian. I don't see Damian cashing in. Since he didn't cash in tonight on Seth, we had a perfect opportunity. I didn't see him do it tonight. I don't see him doing that Royal Rumble. Maybe he'll surprise us. I don't see him doing it after Royal Rumble. Definitely not WrestleMania. But if he don't cash in between now and WrestleMania, which I don't see happening, his contract will expire soon, and there's no proper build with him, with so much heavy competition overall as far as competitors go. I think he's not going to be able to do it. And if he do try to cash in, it will be unsuccessful, like Austin Theory and Baron Corbin. And he's going to fall down the long list of men that try to cash in, especially a big man, and it's not going to be successful. And we don't even have to look at Baron Corbin. We can look at Damian Sandow too. Remember him? You're welcome. Well, you're welcome. He's going to be like him too. He's not even in WWE. Matter of fact, he retired. He's a manager in NWA, managing a tag team. That's his real name, Aaron Stevens. But he'll be the second Damian had a failed cash in. Damian Sandow failed to cash in. You'll be the second Damian. If that's the case, it's the curse of the Damian. Never cashed in contract unsuccessfully. That's what he'll be. Another Damian that had a contract and did not cash in successfully. So he should have cashed in tonight. It didn't happen. He had that match with Drew, which didn't really get him anywhere. He lost on top of that. That's the thing. He lost, even though it was interference from R-Truth. He lost that match tonight. Again, he's not being built as a contender. You couldn't defeat Drew tonight, despite the distraction. You're the Money Bank contract holder. You could have used that contract to hit Drew or something, distract him in the back, use R-Truth to your advantage. I didn't see that from Damian tonight. I know Damian wants to do things on his own. He wants to break away from Judgment Day, but you need to be taken serious as a contender with that contract. Because the contract can either make you or break you. And right now, it's breaking Damian Priest. It's not making him at all. Unfortunately, it's not. I wish I could say something different, but I can't. He has not done nothing significant with this contract since the day he won it back in July. Nothing. So it's just not a good look for him. And I think after he does not cash his contract, he's unsuccessful or expires, whatever the case may be, his career is going to go down and down and down unless a major change happened with his character after this whole Money Bank thing not working and this whole Judgment Day breakup thing. Something needs to change with Damian Priest, and it needs to change now. Like I said, should have been changed a long time ago. And I think WWE has been back in the corner where it's too late and their hands are tied and there's nothing else they can do with Damian Priest. That's where I feel like they're at right now. There's nothing more to do with them because you had your opportunities and you didn't capitalize on it multiple times. Because he's cashing day one after the Drew and Seth match. You teased it, but you didn't do it. Could have did tonight. Didn't do it. Anytime you could have did it. It was just so he made it so obvious that he was going to cash in. He's becoming predictable. And I think that's another reason why his contract has not been taken as a serious threat to the world title. He's been so obvious. He has not been unpredictable. Like Edge, for example, or Seth Rollins himself was the contract holder. He's too predictable, and he's not being taken serious. He's being taken as a joke, and I just wish that he was not booked that way, but we cannot take back what's been already done. The damage has been done, and there's nowhere to go but down from here. He's not going up, unfortunately. He will go downhill, and that's it. It's regarding that. Nothing's going to happen with him. Nothing at all whatsoever. And it shouldn't even come down to that, but it has. And it's not getting any better for Damian Priest. You know, I would rather him not even win the contract at all if you were going to book him this way. I'd rather they would have saved him for another year to win the contract, or the next Money in the Bank the following year, or whatever. This is not helping him. Seeing like Money in the Bank contract has been a curse and downside to people's careers that have uplifted their career. Like I said, this will be the second year in a row that we had a Money in the Bank contract holder unsuccessfully cashing in. If he does not cash in before the expiration date of July 2024 around Money in the Bank PLE coming around soon, which will be in Toronto. So it's not a good look. You got Money in the Bank in Canada, not a good look. I don't see this going anywhere. I think Damian time with the contract is damaged goods, and there's nowhere to go. Hence, what completely left. The whole thing began. It was exciting at first to see him winning the contract. It was unpredictable. He was the wild card, like I said earlier, but he has not done nothing with it, and it's been a very, very failed run with the contract. And it should have been much better given this guy's stature. It's part of popular stable Judgment Day, former United States champion. He should be future world champion. Take it very seriously. When we think of world title besides Seth Rollins holding the title, we think of Cody Rhodes, we think of CM Punk. Hell, we even think about Gunther. We don't even think of his name. His name's not even mentioned. But that's just the way it is. Damian time is up, and I don't think it's going anywhere. And his career will go down the toilet as we know it if nothing is done to pretty much put him in the right position to win. And that's all I have regarding Wrestling Week news. Wrestling News Week, day and night. Will he ever cash in? Money in the Bank cash in soon or later? You guys in the live chat and also on the playback and also in comment section, let me know what you think of Monday Night Raw, Damian Priest, of him cashing in sooner or later, and where did WWE go wrong with his booking as the Money Bank contract holder. Thank you all for coming out. Royal Rumble this Saturday, we'll cover that and have some other Wrestling Week news. Thank you also here on YouTube and Rumble. 2 videos will pop up for YouTube. One will be why current championship was not respected. The second video will be, will his story truly ever begin? Until then, it is OUT.